Hello and welcome to Holistic Within. This is the third video that we are making on the topic of love. This will be the last video that we talk about Storge. Storge being the subconscious love, the one that just comes out, and it is not a bad thing. It is not a good thing. It could be either one. We should know how to handle it, how to use it, and when to use it. So let's get to it. We said that this kind of love, it is controlled by my psyche, by my subconscious, and therefore love being the energy of creation, this love that is triggered by my subconscious programming, it ends up creating a lot of things in my life that I don't want, or that I don't agree with, or things that are just chaos in my life. So there's a few things that we can keep in our mind to to understand better how it works, and to know when we're being victims or being used by our subconscious, by our egos, with this kind of love. One is that it acts on familiarity. It gets triggered by what we know. So for example, you live in a city where there is a football team or a basketball team or a sports team, and you were born in that city, and somehow you automatically feel a certain tendency to support that team. When there's a game they play with other teams, you feel that, and you cheer when the other team is losing. You rejoice on the disgrace of somebody else just because you know the team that is playing. You know one player, you know you belong to the same city, or for whatever reason you're familiar with that player. With that team. So familiarity brings this kind of love, but this kind of love, because it is so primitive, so basic, it brings with it the seeds of hate, the potential of hate. It's always with this kind of love. It shows itself as love, and then it always turns itself into a bad thing. It turns into some shade of hate or something. For example, my team is playing, and because I love my team so much, I hate that the other team is winning, and I get into a fight with my other friends or people with me. I love my city or my country so much that I end up killing other people, or I end up in war, or just in this hate battle with people that don't know what I know, and I don't know what they know, and it ends up in this hate thing. Everything that is born out of the subconscious mind is going to create chaos, one way or another. The subconscious has it's not aligned with the universe. It's just an automatic response. It's just to keep our bodies safe, and it just learns some things that we're not even aware that we know, but we react to those things. And so familiarity, we fight, we hate in the name of our flag, the flag of our sports team, the flag of our church, the flag of whatever. It's about identity. By this time you're probably seeing a pattern here, that it's all about identity. And of course it's about identity, of course it's about the ego, because at the end of the day the ego is based in the subconscious mind. I'm not saying the ego is a bad thing. I'm not saying this love is a bad thing. You have to remember that we live in a world of duality where everything can be good or can be bad, depending on how it's being used. I know that I shouldn't be talking about the ego right now. I will talk about the ego later on. But basically the ego is just a subconscious mind, that it's linked to my identity, to how people see me, and what I think of myself, but it's really not me. It is just a subconscious program. And this love, it's just a great tool for my ego to be alive. For example, if you remember in the last video, when I gave money to those poor people that needed my help, quote unquote, I felt great. I felt great because I thought I was making a change. And yeah, I was making a change, but for the worse. And I actually forgot to mention that when I went back there the second time around, just to get them off my back, I gave them a few coins, and their reaction was actually quite bad. The love that they were trying to show me so that I could give him some money. When they saw that I only gave him a few coins, they were expecting a lot more. And then they saw the plates that were from the US, and they were expecting dollars, right? So anyway, they got upset at me. They actually called me and my wife and my friends. They call us names, and it just that goes to show you that this love starts a bad loop, a bad circle, self-feeding cycle. So yes, it's a good thing in some aspects, like when my kid is crying 3 in the morning and I need to wake up and change diaper and feed and whatnot, and I still feel a lot of love. I'm doing it out of love. Automatic response is a great thing, but that's one of the very few scenarios where we can use it to create something good out of it. For the most part, it's only going to destroy things. So familiarity is one thing. The other is this fight between my strong side and my weak side. We all have these dual poles, these dual sides within us. We all have a strong part of ourselves that it wants to fight, wants to push through the hardships, and wants to come out on the other side, victorious. We all have that. And then we also have the one that says no, winning is all about just this bad game that I don't want to play. I'm humble, I'm meek, I'm quiet. I don't want to be known. I rather be invisible. And we all have those two sides. Some people have very, very strong one side, and they don't pay much attention to the other side. And some people have trouble in the other sense. They are very in touch with their meekness, with their quiet side, and they don't want to shine. They don't want to do great things in life because they want to be in touch with the common man within them. But anyway, this love is the one that is born out of the common man, born out of the poor side of us, the weak side, the defenseless or the vulnerable side within us. The other love, the one that is born out of yes, I can do it, and I'm going to push through, and I can do all the things that I want to, and that side is born out of the other love called eros. We'll talk about that later. But this one, it's only born out of the weakness. That's why we love puppies and everything. In a fight between two people that we don't know, we always will root for the underdog, for the weak one. It's just a natural response that will increase our chances of survival. But when we do know one side of the two parties, of the two thing going on, we will support it because we know it. So it's either because we know the team or the side, and we will cheer that side because we know it. We will pledge allegiance to that part that we know, or because it's a weaker part, or is the underdog, or is the poor one, or is the underprivileged, and that love will come out automatically. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It could be a good or a bad thing. I'm not saying don't help the poor. I'm not saying don't give money to the one that needs it. I'm not saying that. That's something that you have to find out for yourself, what it's in coherence with who you are and what you want. But we can get tricked into thinking that we're doing it out of true love, and it's not true love. It is love, but it's not true love, and therefore it creates a lot of chaos. We see this, I don't know if I mentioned it, we see this in marriage a lot, in sports, in country, like fighting. It's all about identity. And what else? What else can I tell you about this love? I think this covers the basics of Storge. Well, with this, I want to thank you for watching these videos. And next week, we'll be talking about the next kind of love. As we grow, we're supposed to be going through the stages of love. But what happens is that when we get to the next stage, when we start to deal with eros, with desire, and with philios, we don't know how to handle them, and we bounce back. We bounce back to storge instead of actually learning how to handle both of them and going on to the next stage. We don't know how to do that. We bounce back to storge, and our marriage are started on storge. Our allegiance to schools, to countries, to everything is started on storge. Even with our kids, our relationship with our kids are started and continued based on storge, because we don't know how to transcend this stage. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Have a great day. Bye.